That's how you know me. Brenden and I have been friends for about a decade now when he moved to Atlanta due to a job transfer. So we are indeed friends from work. Brenden and I have spent a lot of time together, an immense amount of time. Especially early in our friendship, we were together more than anyone else in my life. Mostly because we had nothing going on professionally. So we spent lots of time at the gym. We had amazing physiques and beautiful tans, but we were broke as hell. Could not have loaned you $100 if you did. But damn it, we look good. So, over the last 10 years, we've remained close. I've learned a lot about Brenden. I think first and foremost is that Brenden talks a lot. So, a lot of you were invited tonight because Brenden started talking to you and then he wouldn't stop talking to you. It didn't matter that you were sitting in your driveway with your family upstairs, and you mentioned numerous times you needed to go. He continued to talk. Also, one of my favorite things about Brenden is he has an odd obsession with parent companies. So what does that mean? So that super technical mountain hardware jacket you own, that's made by Columbia, and it's not that cool. All right? Your Chanel and Versace sunglasses come from McDonough, Georgia by a company named Luxottica, and they shouldn't cost as much as they do due to their monopoly on the market. If you drive an Audi, that's actually a Volkswagen. It's really not that nice. Alright, slow down. Also, Brenden likes cream in his coffee, alright? But not just any cream. French vanilla cream, alright? But not everybody carries French vanilla cream, but Brenden would. He would keep it in his back pocket, stolen from the local gas station. One of our other favorite activities early on in our friendship was breakfast, all right? So we ate a lot of breakfast. One day, we went to our local spot, and we sat down, and Brendan's mouth fell open, and his eyes got real big, and I knew something was wrong because he had stopped talking. And I was like, what happened? So I sat on my creamer. I thought, man, I've never seen anyone sit on their feet before. But I think most importantly, the thing that I learned is I speak Brenden. So, what does that mean? If you've ever asked Brenden a question, you know what speaking Brenden is. More than likely, you didn't get a straight answer. If you did, you still didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Brenden, while enormous, is also wildly intelligent. But if you ask him a question, he will make large leaps under the assumption that you know all the things that you know until he gives you a very specific answer. For instance, at work one day, we were talking about Brendan's new car, and a girl asked him, well, what did you get? He said a 1500Z. Her eyes glossed over. She looked at me. He looked at me. He got a truck. That's speaking Brenden. But Brenden came around in my life at a very critical time. 10 years ago, I became a new dad. I was struggling with who I was and what my identity was, and he moved to town, and we formed a friendship and a bond that let me know that it was okay. I could have everything. I could be both fun, a meathead, and a family man. So, 5 years ago, we got introduced to someone else who had to learn to speak Brenden. It's not easy, is it? Yeah, it's not easy. It's still confusing. Kara, as Brenden is an integral part of my family, you've become an integral part of our family. Brenden is our favorite babysitter. That's a different story. I admire your ambition, but Mr. and Mrs. Roberts, I have to say, the thing that I admire most about Kara is we had a brain teaser that sat on our counter for 2 weeks that no one could figure out. She showed up and put it together in 15 minutes. That's who Kara is. She's got a great heart, a noble ambition, and I'm appreciative that she's taken over this project. These days, Brenden and I don't spend quite as much time together. We've got more going on. We do play a decent amount of golf, though. If you've never played golf with Brenden, it is what you would expect. He's nearly always late. He hits the ball hard and he hits it far, but we don't know where it's going. To the point that there are people who have found golf balls in their yard that didn't know they lived next to a golf course. But my favorite memory about Brenden on the golf course happened a couple years ago. We had played the front 9, and we'd gotten some hot dogs at the turn. And then we teed off on the second hole, and we walked back to the cart, and we sat down. And Brendan's mouth fell open, and his eyes got real big, and he stopped talking. And I said, I've seen this before. You sat on your food again, didn't you? Sat on his hot dog. To the point where the cart girl had pulled around and said, I've also never seen that before. So, congratulations. Cheers. Thank you.